Hi guys, welcome back to Chakra Strong Resilience. You are joining us right now for Module 8, Increasing Flow. Now, if you have no idea what that means or what flow is, that's actually not true. You do, you just don't know what it's called. I didn't either until we started doing all of this for Chakra Strong. It is that optimal place between anxiety and boredom, where you're just outside your comfort zone and challenged enough to grow. And it's that lovely little chart right there. So you don't want to be bored because your skills are so high and the challenge so low that it's too easy and not interesting. You don't want the challenge to be too higher than your skills, too much higher than your skills, because then you're going to have anxiety that your skills aren't up to par to complete the challenge. You have the area where your skills and your challenges meet up just right, and that's your comfort zone, and you know what you're doing, you know how things go, you've got the lay of the land, like you got this, right? But right outside of that and right above is flow. It's where you grow. That's how it ties back into week 6 with growth mindset, like I mentioned then. And it also says risk zone. And I want you guys to know that when we talk about the risk zone or risk, it's not risk as in like risky to you in terms of harm or anything like that. It is like the risk reward zone, right? Like if we are going to grow, we have to risk failure or maybe embarrassment or maybe not understanding as well as we thought we did, and we have to ask for help, right? And those things are kind of risky because nobody likes the feeling of being embarrassed or admitting that they can't do something on your own or admitting, that they failed. But those are the important things for growth, right? Because then when you can admit that you failed, or you could admit that you need help and can't do it on your own yet, or, that you, maybe you weren't up to par with public speaking or whatever, and you feel a bit embarrassed about it. Being able to accept those things and those uncomfortable feelings is how you get growth. That's a growth mindset of, I can challenge myself to do this again and to learn from what didn't go right and to be better. And so growth mindset is right there in that zone of flow. So the other part, when I said that, what flow is, you just don't realize it, is that everybody knows the experience, right, of how time seems to pass differently depending on what activity you're engaged in, right? So if you're in that one class that you absolutely hate, you wish you hadn't taken it, it's boring, it's uninteresting, but it's, a gen ed credit that you have to have, and I'm stuck in here, so I'm just going to slog through it, and it seems to take forever and it drags on. Versus a course that's related to your major that you're totally stoked about, it always seems to go by way too fast, even though it's the same amount of time as that class you hate. That's flow. Is that perception of time. And when you are in that class where you're engaged and you like the challenge of learning the new things, because they're the new things that you are here to learn, that you want to walk away with a degree in, that's that challenge that excites you outside of your comfort zone. And it goes by so fast because you're so engrossed in it. You are so engaged with that learning. And when you have a flow like that, you can accomplish more, or maybe not more in terms of quantity, but you can accomplish more in terms of quality. You can do better work because you're in that, when people say they're in the zone, right? They're in that zone of flow to where they can really focus on the details getting used to accepting the challenge is the hard part. And that'll definitely disrupt your flow. So remember to embrace those challenges, roll with them, ask for help, try new things, boost your positivity and creativity, get your motivation going that way. We're all struggling with it right now, and that's okay. There are materials this week, I believe a video and an article. You can find those in the program materials for this modules folder on Blackboard. And next week, you will be with Miss Ashlyn again, and she is going to talk to you about forgiveness and learning to forgive. And we're not talking about learning to forgive other people, because that's easy compared to learning to forgive yourself. And that's what she's going to dig in with you guys about next week. So take care. Reach out if you need it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.